Now this is just one of many styles that Better Barns routinely build. Now earlier today we looked at several other styles with Joe and Pete. Pete, this is just a perfect way to display the buildings, but they look so nice. People have to be using these for more than just storage.
Well, they certainly do. Our Adirondack cabin here is a good example. This is quite often used as a writer's studio or just a little getaway where people really want a nice place to just have some peace and quiet. This particular barn has got some unusual details. We've got the antique rolling door track and rollers here. We've got a circular window inside. The roof is actually made to look like a wood shingle roof, so it has a real rustic charm inside. It has a post and beam look also. Yeah. Very unique building. And instead of plywood, you actually used a plank floor there that kind of has a nice appearance on it. It's more, it's a tongue and groove decking. It's more traditional.
Yeah,
in
another
that type of
popular
building.
use for storage buildings is as a child's playroom or a kid's playhouse, that kind of thing. And we saw a shed recently where someone built a slightly larger building. It was about 12 by 16. They put an interior partition dividing the space. And they put two sets of doors, one on the sidewall for the children to go in and out with their bicycles and their toys. And then on the end, on the gable end, they put another set of doors where the husband and wife could store some of their tools. So it was really a nice use of one building for two completely different purposes.
Yeah, that makes sense instead of getting two separate buildings for those two different uses. You know, talking about kids' playhouses, man, I would have loved to have had this one when I was a kid. That's really nice. Pete, what do you call this one?
Well, this is we call it our English potting shed, but you're right, it would make an excellent playhouse. The nice thing about that is when the kids grew up and went on their own, it'd make a nice potting shed for mom, or, you know, just a nice little
Almost has a
studio.
Look of a little chapel too, you know, a little New England chapel.
It has a very Gothic look to it, yeah.
Now tell us about some of the other models that you have here.
Well, actually this 10 by 16 is one of our big sellers. It's less expensive because the siding that we use on that is not the cedar. It's a rough sawn plywood product, so we can build that for less. And this barn goes out mostly for storage.
I see.
Yard storage. It has the double doors, which gives you an actual 5-foot opening, so people who have large riding mowers can, you know, drive right in.
And the other one here, you actually have the double doors on the gable end.
That's very popular also. A lot of people really like the little transom window that we put in over the doors. They also like the black iron pot racks that we use for the flower display.
That's nice, and then this one's just a little smaller then.
That's a nice little building. We get a lot of people that they want a smaller barn because their lot is small or it's a city property where they just don't have the room for one of our bigger structures.